The Screen Actors Guild, the union representing tens of thousands of Hollywood performers, voted Thursday to strike after negotiations with film and TV studios fell apart. The guild, known as SAG-AFTRA, had agreed to extend talks with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, AMPTA, 2 weeks past their contract expiration date of June 30. But the two sides failed to reach an agreement in that time, even after federal mediators joined discussions and the union's negotiating committee unanimously recommended a strike to its national board early Thursday. The national board agreed. Hours later, Fran Drescher, SAG-AFTRA president and iconic star of the 90s sitcom The Nanny, called the studio's attitudes at the bargaining table insulting and disrespectful of our massive contributions to this industry. The companies have refused to meaningfully engage on some topics and on others completely stonewalled us, Drescher said in a statement. Until they do negotiate in good faith, we cannot begin to reach a deal. The strike will effectively grind Hollywood to a halt, at least temporarily. During the strike, SAG-AFTRA members cannot do the following: tours, personal appearances, interviews, conventions, fan expos, festivals, for your consideration events, panels, premiere screenings, award shows, junkets, podcast appearances, social media, studio showcases. What does SAG-AFTRA want? One of the main sticking points appears to be residuals, the payments that performers receive for repeat showings of films or TV shows, while the issue of who owns an actor's likeness if it is reproduced by A is also a major flashpoint. SAG-AFTRA negotiators are demanding residuals partly based on viewership levels on streaming services, but the studios, which include streamers, Netflix, and Amazon alongside Disney, aren't willing to share the information. Streamers make money from subscribers, and the shows and films are essentially promos for the subscriptions. Plus, they are just up there permanently, with no repeats, as we would understand them. Classic disruption, which makes it hard for traditional means of assessing their value in terms of paying people for them. Hence the argument over residuals, made all the harder by the streamers' reluctance to reveal how many people watch them. As shows and films on streaming platforms become ever larger and more widely watched, then the potential residuals become an ever more significant amount. Disney Chief Executive Officer Bob Iger, who earns $27 million annually, says actors or writers are not being realistic with their demands for fair compensation. These types of CEOs and senior executives are the ones who give all the rest such a bad rep. There's nothing unrealistic about what the writers and actors demand. Why are actors and writers wrong for wanting to be properly compensated for their work? Many of the actors' demands mirror those of the writers, including higher wages, increased residual payments from streaming services, and aggressive guardrails around the use of artificial intelligence to preserve jobs. Pay people a fair wage. There is no reason why he should be making $27 million. But the people who make these corporations billions are paid peanuts.